Do you regret what you did? Nah. Would you do it again? Sure, why not? This test is easy. What do you want most in life? And how are you going to achieve it? The thing I want most in life is a boat. You don't need a boat all the time, unless you live in it or something. But when you're out there in the water, a boat will keep you from going under. So, I built a boat. I know we have a lot of things in our mind. Sometimes things are really hard for me. It's not perfect, but it's my boat. And I love it.
Get in line just because other people are. Get up and wake up and be conscious of what is creeping into your mind. What's getting in there? What are you letting in there? What is forcing itself in there? And what does it want you to do?
You know, it may be hard to believe, what with my obvious charm and good looks, but people used to think I was a monster. And for a long time, I believed them. But after a while, you learn to ignore the names that people call you, and you just trust who you are.
Excuses sound best to the person that's making them up. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Get off the pity potty. Wake your ass up. Awaken the beast inside.
It's time to stay focused. It's time to decide, fuck clubs, fuck partying, fuck trying to fit in and socialize, rub elbows with everybody so people can stop calling you weird. Why are you so antisocial? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you staying on the basketball court so much? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you out there practicing in the hot sun when ain't nobody else out there? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you not clubbing? Like every time I text you and invite you to go do something fun and cool, you always studying. Because I'm trying to get it. Let me tell you something, homie. These clubs, these parties, all this shit ain't going nowhere. The more weird you are, is a reflection of how committed you are to focusing on your shit, molding and shaping and developing your ideas and your craft so that when it's time for you to make your rounds, you gon' fly.
Cap, why aren't you defending yourself? The news is all over you. Everyone thinks it was you.
They say worse things about you.
Yeah, and it's horrible. How could you be so not upset about this?
I know who you are. I talked to the police, the firemen, the people that you helped, and I heard their stories about how you saved lives, how you never asked for recognition, or reward, or even thanks. It doesn't matter what the newspapers say, or the politicians, or the whole world. They don't define who you are. You do. And not by your words, but by your actions. The truth will come out, but until then, I'm going to keep fighting, just like you do.
Have to disappear. Disappearing means doing the work. It means doing the work in the dark. It means building in private what you don't need to prove in public. It means doing the work when no one's watching. You stop worrying about what people think and start valuing what you believe. Because a life that looks good or sounds good is nothing compared to a life that feels good.
I know what it's like to not feel ready for something. Even ogres get scared. You know, once in a while.
I know you want me to be king, but I can't. I'm not cut out for it, and I never will be, alright? Even my own dad knew I wasn't worth the trouble. He dumped me at that school the first chance he got, and I never heard from him again.
We're not on the stage just because of talent or ability. We're up here because of 4 a.m. We're up here because of 2-a-days or 5-a-days. We're up here because we had a dream and let nothing stand in our way. If anything tried to bring us down, we used it to make us strong. We were never satisfied, never finished, will never be retired. My high school English teacher, Mr. Fisk, he had this beautiful quote, and it read, "Rest at the end, not in the middle."
I'm nothing if people don't believe in me.
It's more important you believe in yourself. They don't know the truth.
Yeah, but I don't know how to convince them. But he's won.
In your heart, you're a hero. You always have been. Ever since you were young. And most of all, you've been my hero. You've made me believe in myself my whole life. I'd be nothing without you.
You could be the master of your fate, you could be the captain of your soul, but you have to realize that life is coming from you and not at you.
Sounds like she'll recover. I messed everything up. Don't be so hard on yourself. Maybe this is a sign that it's time you follow your own dreams. I never gave up on mine.
Easy for you to say. You're a man.
Not really.
You have to work hard. Everybody in this room knows if it's worth something to you, you got to put in the effort. And, you know, the tricky thing, as we know with social media, is you let people in a little bit, you let them in on what you want them to see. But at the end of the day, I always feel like social media may be the tip of the iceberg that you allow people to see, but it's everything underneath the water that they don't see. And I always like to say it's the work we put in when nobody's watching that really matters. It's easy, I think, when you go to work, you got a lot of people around, you galvanize everybody, you could feel the momentum and the energy start to go. And not to oversimplify the work, but it leads to work begets work. So if we're all together in a room, we're going to work, but it's the stuff you do on your own, away from everybody, really that matters. So you got to put in the work. How hard do I work? I work hard, like we all work hard. I like to say that.
You really can't help us at all?
I wish I could. I never want to let anyone down. That's why I constantly move around. Trust me, if I was magical, I would have granted my own wish and got rid of my shimmer for good.
Don't say that. You are magical. That shimmer gives fish like us hope.
You know, a good friend of mine once told me that just because people treat you like a villain, or an ogre, or just some loser, it doesn't mean you are one. The thing that matters most is what you think of yourself. If there's something you really want, or someone you really want to be, then the only person standing in your way is you.
Me? Get him, lads!
No. What I mean is, each of you is standing in your own way.